Good morning, Tom. Got you loud and clear. This is Try Carl, WA3VXJ. He may have checked in early yesterday, and I just forgot to write it down. Any other stations? Green. Nothing heard. Let's go to Fred up there in Indiana County next. KM3M. How about Jeffrey, KC3NJE?
KC3NJE, the paragon of health and wellness. All is well.
Okay, Jeff. You sound great this morning. Anybody else? Indiana? Okay, nothing heard. We'll move down to Washington. Let's check with Alan, KB3HRI.
Good morning, Bud. This is KB3HRI. All is well.
Okay, Alan. I guess everything. I know you had COVID there a couple weeks ago, but everything is back to normal.
Yes, I would say pretty much full recovery. A little bit of congestion in the chest, but we'll take care of that.
Okay, yep, that's still going around. That still seems like it's very hot down here in Washington County with that. Good to hear you. How about Mel, N3BJY? How about Dave, Pancake Hill, N3IDH? Let's try Radio Hill and New York 9 Hotel.
Well, he's here this morning. I wonder what they're putting in the water in Indiana County. NY9H.
Yeah, he's loud and clear. Okay. Good morning, Bill. How about the Radio Abyss? 100 watts in a wire. Big station down there, KB3LIX.
Good morning, Pat. Good morning, Western Pennsylvania. This is Kilo Bravo 3, London, Italy, X-ray. Everyone's sounding great down here this morning. Hope everyone's doing well. We're all doing fine down here. Have a good day at 7-3.
Okay, Bill. Always good to hear you. Always good to hear you. How about anyone else? Washington County.
N3IDH, a little bit late, Bud. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Dave. Good morning, N3IDH. We have you. Anyone else, Washington? Okay, nothing heard. Let's go up to Westmoreland, and we'll begin with Jack, K3JAS.
Good morning, Bud. K3JAS, all is well, just wet.
Good morning, Jack, K3JAS. Terry, KA3UTD.
Well, good morning, Bud, and everybody on the net. All quiet on your eastern front from K3UTD.
Good morning, Terry. How about Chuck, K3CWE?
K3CWE, good morning, Bud. All is well.
Great. How about Doc Sam, KE3PO?
Yes, sir. Good morning, Bud. All is well in the neighborhood. Yeah, everybody's signals are up today. Maybe the cloud cover is helping. Who knows? Anyway, KE3PO.
Good morning, Sam. Doc Sam, you sound great. How about a grass report from Pat, KE3WN?
Yeah, still here, Bud. Finally have a day, where we're not going to be doing the water running around. So, we'll turn it back to you, KG3WN.
Good morning, Pat. Sound great. And how about Tom, KS3N from Aluminum City? It's Tom this morning. How about Abraham, N3BAH? Jerome, N3IGX? Oh, yes. Got you about S7. Good morning, Jerome, N3IGX. NS3U, Tom?
Good morning, Bud. NS3U here. All is well.
Good, Tom. Great to hear you as well. How about Mark, WB3CAI? Doug, KC3OCU. And let's get a pond report this morning. We'll go to Rich, Whiskey Quack, 3 Quack.
Hey, Bud. Good morning to you and to everybody. Whiskey Quack 3 Quack here. It's ducky weather and it's ducky here, so all is well. Back to net.
Okay, no doubt about that. They've got to be happy this morning. Okay, do I have any new or anyone I missed in Westmoreland? Please call now. Okay, nothing heard. We'll go to the Southeast District. This is November 3, Tango India Romeo for the Western PA Health and Wellness Net. And we'll begin with Bedford County, WB3JEK. Do I have anyone from Bedford this morning? Nothing heard. We'll go to Blair, WO3T. Carm, what you on this morning?
From WO3T, all is well. Good morning, Bud. We're on the sea line this morning. Have a good day.
Okay, sounds great. Always good to hear that rig sounding. Can't miss it. Anyone else in Blair County? All right, nothing heard. We'll go to Cambria. Anybody Cambria? Nothing heard. Let's give a shot here at Franklin County. KC3AHW, Jim.
KC3AHW, all's well here.
Okay, Jim, loud and clear. KC3AHW. How about Dave, KC3FUN? Nothing heard. How about Brian, W3PDW? Nothing heard. How about Dan, WB3JPZ?
Good morning, Bud. WB3JPZ, all is good.
Good to hear all is well. WB3JPZ, gotcha. Anybody else that I may have missed? Anyone new from Franklin County? Okay, nothing heard. How about, we'll try Fulton, Huntington, Mifflin. Anyone from those 3 counties, please call now.
Good morning, Bud. From Crawford County, this is KC3RQH. I was wondering if I could get a late check-in. No traffic.
Okay, KC3RQH. Was that a QSL?
QSL.
Thank you. Good morning. Got you down. Where am I at here? Let's go to Somerset. Tony, KB3VTX. Good morning, Tony.
Good morning, all. KB3VTX, all is well.
Good morning, Tony. Loud and clear. Carl, KC3KFW.
Good morning. Kilo Charlie 3, Kilo Foxtrot Whiskey, all's well here.
Okay, Carl. Good morning, and thanks for the updated sheet this morning. How about Barry, K3MV? Do I have anyone else? Somerset? Okay, let me give this a shot. This is November 3, Tango India Romeo. I'm looking for anyone outside of the Western Pennsylvania section wishing to check into the Health and Wellness Net this morning. Please call now. Anyone there, Carl?
Nothing heard here.
Okay, well, we'll try again later here. Good morning to all. This is November 3, Tango India Romeo for the Western PA Health and Wellness Net. Just to touch on something this morning, we've got the fall SET, Simulated Emergency Drill, coming up, test drill coming up. I want to encourage you all to check with your county ECs. Also, you can monitor that on October 1st on Saturday morning. Some of the activity will be going on this frequency, and it's always good to take part in that drill because you never know when your station may be needed to relay information. So There's going to be some CERB agencies involved in that, the Red Cross, National Weather. So just keep a heads up for that, and do reach out to your EC, or if you do not know who your EC is, check with me on that, and I'll advise you who that is. But that's coming up on October 1st. And that's the fall SET drill. That's going to be a nationwide event, ARRL. So we do that twice a year, in the fall and in the spring. Let's see, tomorrow I have Dave scheduled WX3E, but he's been having some antenna issues. So we'll probably have Jerry on as net control, and I'll be backing him up. So that's what we got going on. Oh, by the way, this is the first day of fall, so I guess it's time to get out and work on them antennas before the snow flies. So let's go back to the top of my list for late check-ins. Looking for the Northwest District first. That'll be Clarion, Crawford, Erie, Forest, Lawrence, Mercer, Venango, Warren. Please state your county first and then your call.
Lawrence County, N3ETV.
Good morning. Good morning, N3ETV. We have you, Chuck. Anyone else from the Northwest District?
N3ILR, Venango County. I don't think I gave my call when I answered you, Bud. Good morning.
Okay, I just looked you up by your name, N3ILR. Good sounding signal from Venango. Anyone else from the Northwest this morning? Nothing heard. Let's go to the Northeast District. Cameron, Center, Clearfield, Clinton, Elk. Jefferson, McKean, or Potter. And we'll go next to the Southwest District, which will be Allegheny, Armstrong, Beaver, Butler, Fayette, Greene, Indiana, Washington, or Westmoreland.
NY9H, Bud, I've got a post. I've been recording for about the last 10 minutes, and I got a post from Mike K3MV saying he can't check in. He's got computer problems. So I guess K3MV.
Oh, okay. He's in Westmoreland. Okay. I mean, Somerset. We've got him. K3MV Barry. We've got him. And so you've been making a recording of this net the last 10 minutes?
Yeah, the last 12 minutes, last 13 minutes.
Okay, so if anyone wants to hear what they sound like, you can go to YouTube and type in New York 9 Hotel, and they can monitor that, right? Okay, I know that's what you can do. So anyone else from that district, that would be the Southwest. I think there was a double in there. Who else was there?
Beaver County, November 3, America, Victoria.
Hey, Charlie, good morning. Good November 3, America, Victoria. Great to have you. We got you down. Anyone else from the Southwest? Okay, nothing heard. We'll go to the Southeast now, the Southeast District. Looking for late check-ins from Bedford, Blair, Cambria, Franklin, Fulton, Huntington, Mifflin, Somerset. Nothing heard. We'll try one more time. Out of Western Pennsylvania section. Anyone outside of Western PA, please call now. Anyone there, Carl?
Not that I hear.
Hey, thank you, Carl. Okay, this concludes the Pennsylvania Health and Wellness Net this morning. We would like to thank all of our fellow hands for the use of the frequency. And like I said, tomorrow, Jerry from Erie County will be our net control W3GHO. Everyone have a safe day and enjoy the first day of fall. This is November 3, Tango, India, Romeo. I'll be clear.
This is NY9H. I'll leave the recorder going if anybody wants to make any audio checks. They can come back and talk a little bit and find themselves on YouTube. So I'll let it run for a minute or so. NY9H.
NY9H, KB3, LYB.
LYB from Hotel.
Hey, just curious what my TSA-20 sounds like, so I'm making a quick recording, and I'm going to go check that out. No update on my SBIT-X. I have to go through and probably fix the circuit board. I think I've got a short somewhere with all of my soldering and desoldering of the finals. I think that's what's causing me a problem now. Regarding your audio issue, what I'm wondering now is if maybe you have inadvertently muted the audio input device in Linux. Is that something you've looked into at all?
I don't know anything about that stuff. That's my biggest problem.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Once I get my situation kind of settled here to where I can at least boot it up and play around with it, hopefully tomorrow, maybe I can spend a little bit of time with you kind of walking through some stuff to check.
Okay. Well, the two-tone transmit's fine. The FT8 transmit's fine. At least I can hear the audio. It's transmitting. I'm on a separate receiver. I'm monitoring. But the mic doesn't do a thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what makes me think it might be the audio input, either the volume level or the if it's muted itself. So that's something we can kind of poke around in the Linux settings and look at. So like I said, hopefully I'll get some time tomorrow, and maybe we can go back and forth and do that. Anyway, I'll give someone else a chance to get a recording of their voice. NY9H, KB3, LYB clear.
LYB from Hotel. Thanks a lot, and look forward to it. New York 9 Hotel. There was another station back in there? Was it CWE?
CWE, I was trying to see if I could get a report back on your recording there. This is my QR. Well, but it's not. This is what I checked in with the other day. I know it's a little low, but this probably only runs about 4 watts. K3CWE clear.
K3CWE. Yeah, you're a little light, but I turned the preamp on here on 80, and that helped a little. I do have a birdie that sits in the middle of a 3983 that comes from my closed-circuit TV camera system, and I didn't shut it off this morning. So when you do listen to your recording, you'll hear extra little garbage in there. Just thought I'd let you know that isn't you, and you'll notice it when there's no signals. There's a little blip on the scope. Over. K3CWE, New York 9 Hotel.
NY9H from KE3PO.
K3PO. Well, good morning, Sam.
Hey, good morning, William. I know I haven't touched this audio since you helped me out with it. Oh man, it's maybe a year or two ago. So I've been pretty diligent in leaving it alone. But I thought I never hear myself, and the stuff I do hear, I like my own voice, but you know how that is. Anyway, so I'll take this opportunity to go pull up your YouTube video and see what I really sound like, and see if I have to quit talking or change my identity. KE3PO.
Okay, I just widened the receiver a little bit, and it made you sound a little better. I would probably touch up the high end just a touch more, because you've got some bassy stuff going on. But if you tip up the high end just a touch, I think you'd be perfect at this end. But do listen to the recording first and see what you think.
Okay, well, I have a lot of highs in my voice to begin with. I think that's why I had a lot of lows put in there. I just bumped up just a smidge, maybe 2 to 4 dB on the upper end of the 2400 hertz and the 3200 hertz slider.
Didn't look like it, but do keep in mind 3 dB is double, so I didn't see it. Doesn't mean you didn't do it.
Well, no, let me reiterate that. I'm using W2I-HY 8-band graphic equalizer, and the scale on the side may not be decibels.
Okay. What's your rig, a 7300?
I'm on the 756 Pro 3 right now.
Okay. I had one of those, but I forget. It didn't have EQ, did it?
No. I think there is. I think if you dig through the menu, you can adjust the bass and treble a little bit. but it's there's no fine tuning in there.
Gotcha. Well, the trouble is what obviously you might look at, because you might shave the bass a bit, but for Q cells like this, it's not too much bass, but well, you listen to it and see what you think.
All right, yeah, I appreciate that. I'm going to go do that right now. Thanks once again, and thanks for helping everybody out from KE3PO.
Okay, real good. Yeah, I just saw some guys on the internet over on the Elecraft telling people they should be buying a Heil microphone for $350, that it's really a great mic to go with their K4. And gee whiz, I'm using a AKG paging mic I bought at a local Hamfest here in Pennsylvania for $15, and it's beautiful. New York 9 Hotel.
Well, I understand. I do. Now, I'm using an SM50 on this that I actually bought used from another ham. I had an SM20 on it before, and I moved, I think it was a 20, and I moved the 20 over to the 7300, and I put the 50 on the 756, because that's actually my primary rig for voice. I've been using the 7300 mostly for like the FT8s and the digital side.
Okay, an SM50, is that an Icom mic?
Yeah, Roger, an Icom. It's their desk mic. It does have like a low cut switch on it that you can take out. I think it's amplified also, although I haven't played with any of the pot that's on the bottom.
All the Icom mics are Electrets, so they're hot to start with, and Icom expects to have a little hotter input. That's why some dynamics don't work so well with Icoms off the bat, especially the older ones that are expecting a hot signal. I think Bob Heil was selling some mics that didn't work well with Icoms directly. That's why he has different models for Icoms, because he had to get the level up. Anyway, carry on and check it out, New York 9 Hotel.
Okay, no, thanks. Yeah, I actually bought a Heil Gold line several years ago and put it on this rig, and it was terrible.
Well, he buys his stuff from the same places that Icom and Kenwood and Yaesu buy their microphones from. None of those guys make microphones. And Panasonic is one of the leading manufacturers of Electret elements. Foster, Panasonic, and there's a couple of off-brands that have become major players in that field. But you're talking, none of these microphone elements themselves, the Electrets, sell for more than $3 or $4 max. Usually they're like 60 cents.
That's amazing. But I understand. And that's just, I guess that's the business side of it. Yeah. Hey, I'm going to go sneak over and listen to that audio, and I'll touch base with you later. Thanks for helping me out, KE3PO.
Okay, real good. Well, like all things, you look at a radio set, the packaging for the radio is more expensive than the circuit boards in some cases. I've got a big Icom here, and I swear the packaging on this with all the buttons costs more than the circuit boards, I'm sure, to purchase, to assemble. Anyway, back to reality. 73, New York 9 Hotel.
Yeah, you know what? Unfortunately, it's that way with a lot of things. I had a physical therapy machine acting up in the office. It was an electrical stim machine. Did multiple modes and things like that. So, me being the ham radio operator that I think I can take it apart and look at it and see what's wrong with it. I took it apart. Oh my gosh, it's all cabinet. There was, in addition to the power supply, there was only one PCB in there. There was only one printed circuit board, and it was probably maybe 5 by 5. But meanwhile, this cabinet was probably 20 inches long and 18 inches deep. Absolutely amazing. And I'm smacking myself in the head thinking, I spent $5,000 for this machine when it was new, and there couldn't have been $10 worth of Radio Shack parts in it.
Yeah, but that cabinet, like you said, cost a lot. It's amazing, but that's reality. It's probably the same thing as an automobile.
I know you're paying for the R&D and all that stuff, but holy macaroni! I just if I knew then what I know now, I might have taken a different path in life and just tried to make something and sell it.
And put it in a big box, right?
Oh, absolutely. Got to have a cabinet. See ya, KE3PM.
New York 9 Hotel.
NY9H from KM3P.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mark.
Hey, good morning, Mr. Bill. Using one of those awful Heil mics, HI. This is the PR40, which when I've heard it used in the pro audio world, I think it sounds awful. But I've always liked it here. Although I've got an old Shure. I think it's a 444D that I want to eventually wire up and play with here. But I'm using a new to me radio. It's an older radio. Long story, but I got a pretty good deal on the estate stuff here. Currently have everything hooked up to a Yaesu FT1000 MP Mark V. God, that's a mouthful. How does it sound to your ear? Over.
Well, it sounds like you got the compression turned on and the bottom end cut off.
Well, I don't think I boosted it or did anything with the bottom end. Boy, I'm trying to remember how to do that right now. Yikes.
Well, the bottom end I think is missing, but not. I mean, for DX, I don't think there's anything the matter with your audio at all.
Yeah, okay. Well, I know that that's the one thing Bell does is they tend to boost all the upper to not the high ranges, but the upper mids, 2.4 up in there for the DX punch. And I have a naturally high tinny voice anyway. I hate how I sound, but I think that's true for most of us. But answer me one question, change the topic here. How are you doing the YouTube streaming with the K4? Is that something built into the K4, or do you have an external device doing that?
Well, the K4 does have an HDMI out for a second monitor, which you can portray either the Spectrum scope or, I should say the pan adapter or the regular screen, and I export the whole screen. And that comes off an HDMI, and I bought a $30 dongle part that converts HDMI to USB, and I plug that into the computer and turn on YouTube, and ta-da!
That's really cool. I've seen a couple of your videos before on your channel, and the fact that you even have your audio in with it is pretty cool. And I've been wondering how in the world is he doing that? So finally had time today to ask.
Well, I had to get my own audio in there. I had to turn. Let me see if this is true. I had to turn the monitor level. Yeah. I had to turn the monitor level up. I turned it down and I went away.
Okay, I kind of thought that might have been the case, probably using the monitor feature. But well, very good. That's a neat thing to be able to do. And how are you liking the K4?
Oh, I like it a lot. I don't think I've made a contact on it I couldn't have made with my K3 or probably my K2 or my ICOM, but it's got a lot of really nice user features on it. Including the pan adapter, which is extrapolated from their P3, which was with the K3. They had a great scope there.
Yeah, that before I got these other two radios here, this 1000, and I've also got a FT2000D that I'm playing with a little bit, although I've been more so with the 1000. It's a long story. The 1000 here has all the filters in it, all 5 INRAD filters plus the INRAD roofing filter. It's amazing what the heck does. Holy wow. But before all that, my primary station was the K3 and P3. In fact, they're sitting here looking at me kind of jealous at the moment. And I absolutely love the K3 and the P3 attached. When Elecraft announced here last year, or maybe it was the year before, I don't remember now, that they were going to do a final run of K3 parts and accessories, I spent the money and got the transmit adapter for the P3 as well. And it's cool to see the waveform and all that. It doesn't really tell me personally a whole lot, but what I really like is the fact that it shows me the power out and reflected right there in the bottom of the screen. And for me, that feature was nicer than having the actual audio scope.
Yeah, I even the K4 doesn't have that yet. I assume someday it will, but for now it doesn't. But I obviously pay attention to it other ways, but I don't have a nice scope to do it.
Yeah, I think they were a little premature in ending the K3 line, but that said, they make great stuff. That's why we like it. And the good friend of mine has the same K3 P3, and he sat me down one night for about a 2-hour conversation, explained the Sherwood list and everything going on and happening underneath the hood in the K3 and all that. And I paid attention. I've got the KX3 and the PX3 and the KXPA 100, and don't use them often enough. That was the primary setup here in the shack for a long time before I found the K3. I found it used. A fellow over in Youngstown had it, and bought it from him fairly inexpensive. Popped a couple filters in it from Elecraft, and then found a whale of a deal on the P3. The auction house in Arizona offered it up on one of the social media sites one night, and the price seemed pretty right. So I called my buddy and I said, "Hey, I'm going to buy this thing, but I'm shipping it to you because, as typical, I'm leaving for work for 2 weeks." I said, "Put it through its paces and let me know if I got a dud." Well, when he got it, he called me and he said, "What'd you pay for this?" And I don't remember now, but I told him, and he says, "Whether it works or not, you got a deal because it has the optional board in it for the VGA and the keyboard and all that." And long story short, I got the whole unit for about what that board cost initially. It's an option. So that was a nice find. But yeah, I can't say enough good about the K3. I just love it. But it's been fun to play with these slightly older Yaesus here. I don't know what I'm going to end up doing with them, but had a deal fall into my lap and I grabbed it. So always like to be experimenting and trying different things.
Yep, I know what you mean. Always fun. Well, I remember my K3. I lost the SVGA board in my P3 once, and I sent the board back, and they were looking at it, and I guess Eric was wandering through the department. And I actually go back. I've known Eric since about '84, and he spotted my unit in repair, and I guess it was unrepairable because the chip that was bad was one of those chips with the pins on the back, and I guess they didn't have the ability to fix it. So out of the goodness of his heart, Eric sent me a new board, which was nice, and the old board back. But they've been nice to me, and I've enjoyed the radios. I had a KX3 and a power amp, and I have a KX2 and a power amp in my car. That's what I use for mobile. And I sold my KX3 because it wasn't getting used. And when I go on trips, I just wrap the KX2 in a towel and throw it in the suitcase. New York 9 Hotel.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I've seen some of your pictures there, the setup in the car, and that's really well done. I spent some time perusing that one day, and I'm like, that's just top notch. I love it. And yeah, sadly, my KX line doesn't get much use at all, unfortunately. I wish it did. It's a thing. I've tried to take stuff on the road with me, but by the time I get done with my day, I'm usually just ready to be done. Although the remote setup I've got working now with Remote TX and this 7300 I picked up allows me to play a little bit on the radio from the hotel room, which is nice. That was how I checked in yesterday morning, standing in the McDonald's parking lot in Breezewood, was through the remote. But at any rate, I thought at one point during COVID, I did offer up the KX3 line. I put it up for sale and didn't have any bites. And, it was kind of desperation because I wasn't working for 8 months through there. But at any rate, I still have it, and I don't know that I ever would sell it. I assembled that, bought it in kit form to save a few bucks and assembled it myself. And there's a little bit of a pride thing there, knowing that, hey, I put this thing together and it actually works.
Yeah, there's something special about that. I'm going to take off. I'm going to shut down the recorder unless there's somebody else who wants to get some audio on that track. Good talking to you. Have fun with all those Yaesus. New York 9 Hotel.
Yep, very good, Bill. We'll get out of here. I got to get my day started as well. So 7-3, thank you, sir. Have yourself a great day. KM3P.
KM3P, N3ILR.
Increase the treble in the menu settings of the
Hang on, Barney. There's somebody else in there.
Decrease the bass. So I'll try that. I'll listen for the last time and we'll see what it does. Thanks, KE3PO.
Sounds great.
Thank you very much. You're the best.
I don't know about that.
Hey, I'd put it in writing if you came to the office.
A prescription pad?
Absolutely.
Huh, that'd be a new fix.
Have a good one, KE3PO.
New York 9 Hotel. There was another station?
Yeah, I'm trying to contact Mikey if he hasn't left yet. N3ILR. I'm trying to work him on Simplex. Mike, you still there?
Yeah, sure am, Barney. KM3P Mark here. Good morning. How's Boat and Barney today?
Okay, I get Mike and Mark. Sorry about that. 146.55. Roger.
Give me about 5 minutes to get a radio hooked up, and I can do that. KM3P.
Alrighty, well, anyway, have a buddy with Alpha 87A, I think it is. He had it repaired. It's in the box from last year, trying to get rid of it. Anyway, I don't know. I guess the prices are down on those, but standing by. Thanks, N3 I Love Radio, off and clear.